how to engage in mom Facebook groups without seeming too salesy or like you're self-promoting or without even getting banned. And this is a topic and a question that's been coming up more and more often as the years progress. I recommend everybody join these type of Facebook groups for their community. It's very trusted, right? Whenever these moms in these groups trust the source, I mean, you start getting new patients, you start becoming an amazing mover and shaker in that community. So how do you get there without coming off as self-promotional? And how can you navigate these mom Facebook groups smoothly, offering helpful advice that builds trust and credibility? That's where this episode comes in. We've put together a strategy that will transform the way you engage in these groups, and you'll learn how to understand the group dynamics, craft engaging and valuable comments, and build genuine relationships that make you a trusted expert. And here's the best part. I've included 100 ready-to-use responses that cover every scenario you might encounter in these groups, whether it's handling teething issues, promoting good dental hygiene, maybe you're sharing personal experiences, or you're leveraging testimonials. I've got you covered. And that's going to be in the show notes below. You can download that PDF. But listen to the full episode first, because this isn't just about making connections. It's about becoming a valuable resource in your community. So if you're ready, let's get started into this episode on how to discover the secrets to mastering these type of Facebook groups. Number one, understand the community dynamic. To effectively engage in mom Facebook groups without appearing self-promotional, it's crucial to understand the community dynamics. Here's how you can do that. Number one, research and observe. So first you want to join the group, right? Search for relevant mom groups on Facebook using keywords like mom groups, or parenting, or local mom parents, or parents, local, etc. And then request to join several groups to diversify your understanding and reach. Read the group rules. Typically, when you join these groups, rules pop up. Carefully read the group rules to understand what's allowed and what isn't. This will prevent any accidental self-promotion or rule breaking. The quickest way to get kicked out of these groups is to break rules. So read the rules. 3, observe interactions. Spend at least a week observing how members interact. Note the types of posts that get the most engagement. So scroll through it, see who's getting the most likes, comments, shares, etc., and take note of that. Number 4, identify key topics. Keep track of recurring themes and questions that moms are frequently asking. Are they asking about first dental visits, teething, or brushing techniques? Use a notebook or a digital tool, right? Like the Notes app on your iPhone or Evernote Notes app, and just jot down these topics. You can even use a Google Doc if you want and just jot down those topics. Number 5, note the group culture. So pay attention to the tone of the conversations. Is the group more formal, casual? Are the members supportive or are they critical? This will help you tailor your responses to fit the group's vibe. Here's an example. You join a local mom group and notice that many parents are concerned about their children's first dental visit. They frequently ask about the right age to start, how to make the visit pleasant, and recommendations for kid-friendly dentists. Just observe right now. Hold back on responding. Some good tips is make a list of the common questions and concerns and note which types of posts receive positive feedback and which ones don't. So once you've done that, you want to start actively participating. Number 1, engage in non-dental discussions first. So participate in discussions about parenting, local events, recipes, etc. And comment thoughtfully on at least 5 posts per week. So make sure your comments add value and are not just fillers, right? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, this is cool. Or no, those are fillers. Comment thoughtfully. Share personal experiences. Relate to other members by sharing your experiences as a parent. This helps to humanize you and build rapport. For example, you can say, I tried this new recipe for homemade baby food and my kids loved it, and they just share it. That's it. 3, support other members. Offer support and encouragement in various discussions. This helps build a positive reputation. For example, that sounds tough. Hang in there. We've had similar struggles with our children's bedtime routines. Support the members. Point 4, ask questions. Engage by asking for advice or opinions on topics that interest you. This can help start conversations and show that you value the group's input. For example, what are your favorite family-friendly activities around here? Boom, that's it, right? And people are going to start engaging. Oh, you should go here. You should go to this movie place. You should go whatever. But ask questions. It shows you value their opinions and respond to their opinions or respond to their responses. 5, react to posts. Use Facebook reactions options, right? Love, care, etc., right? Those little emojis to show your engagement with the content of the group. Here's an example of all of this. A mom posts about struggling with her child's bedtime routine. You decide to comment. We had the same issue. What worked for us was establishing a consistent bedtime routine and reading a book, this specific book actually, together every single night. Have you tried that? That's it. Perfect response. You're starting conversations. You're joining in conversations. Here's a quick actionable tip. Schedule a few minutes each day to check the group and engage with posts. Be consistent in your participation to stay visible and active in the group. I don't want you to get boggled down on when's the best time to engage, when's the best day to engage. Just be consistent daily with engaging and then research and actively participate in the group, right? Once you join, don't go straight to commenting or anything like that about dentistry and promoting yourself. You want to research first, take note of what's critical, what's not critical, what gets the most likes, all these things from posts, study it, and then start slowly engaging. Now, headline number 2, or we're going to call it section number 2, providing value through genuine engagement. Now, to establish yourself as a valuable member of mom Facebook groups, focus on providing genuine, authentic, helpful advice without overtly promoting your practice. So we're going to break this down step by step. Now we're going to start slowly seeing how we can sprinkle in your profession and your practice, okay? Number 1, answer questions with informative advice. So identify relevant questions. Look for posts where members ask for dental advice or recommendations. Keep track of frequently asked questions related to dental health. This is something you can add into your Google Docs or your Notes app, right? Point 2, craft informative responses. So provide detailed, helpful answers that address the question directly. Use layman's terms to ensure your advice is easily understood, okay? So make it simple and understandable. 3, avoid direct promotion. Focus on providing value rather than mentioning your practice unless specifically asked. And here's an example of all this. A mom asks, hey, when should I take my child for their first dental visit? Your response should sound like this. It's generally recommended to bring your child to the dentist by their first birthday or within 6 months of their first tooth coming in. Early visits help prevent issues and get them comfortable with the dentist. Plus, you can get tips on how to care for their teeth at home. Actionable tips. Share general best practices and actionable tips. Like that, include why your advice is important and any benefits it brings. Just like in the example, right? You notice how you didn't promote a ton or anything like that. You're establishing yourself right now. Here's subheading number 2 that you can do. Share personal experiences and stories. So number 1, be relatable. Share stories from your own parenting experience to connect with the group on a personal level. 2, blend professional insight with personal stories. So while sharing personal experiences, subtly incorporate your professional knowledge. And 3, encourage discussion. Always ask follow-up questions or encourage other parents to share their experiences. And this is how that response is going to look. A mom mentions her child hates brushing their teeth, right? Your response. As a parent, I totally get how tough it can be. My kids used to hate brushing too, but we turned it into a fun game. We use a sand timer and I challenge them to brush until it runs out. Now they actually look forward to it. What tricks have you tried? Actionable tips, right, that you can do with this is make your stories engaging and relatable. Use humor or anecdotes to make your points memorable. And then subheading number 3, post useful tips and resources. So curate high quality content. Find reputable articles, infographics, videos on dental health that you can share, even ones if you want to create. And then ensure the content is relevant to the group's interests. Now you're starting to create content for the group. Create your own content. Develop simple infographics, checklists, or short videos with dental tips that you created. Use tools, Canva, for designing visuals and keeping them professional, approachable. So share consistently. Regularly post useful tips and resources to keep providing value over time. Schedule posts to ensure consistent engagement. Here's an example post. You're already engaging, you're creating conversation, you're doing all this. Now you can start posting a little bit right here. And here's an example. Maybe the question that the mom asked about making brushing teeth fun for kids, it expanded and it has 100, 200, 500 comments, right? It's a hot topic. You can make this post. Hey, everyone, I found this great article on making brushing fun for kids. It has some creative ideas that might help if you're struggling with your little ones. Boom, then provide a link to the article. Then you can follow up in the comments or sometime later saying, we also made a simple brushing chart that helps track their progress. Let me know if you want a copy, just like that. Or you can say, hey, the link to the copy is in the comments below or whatever. And that's it. You've provided content, probably from somebody else, another article, infographic, or whatever. And then you're also providing content that you've created that will subtly let them know, oh, this is theirs. They're a practice. They're a dentist. They own this. But you're also getting interested ones in your email list. Some actionable tips. Ensure your shared content is easy to understand and apply. And always add a personal touch or commentary to make it more engaging. Subheading number 4, always offer free resources and events. So what you can do is host community events, organize free dental health workshops or Q&A sessions, either online or in your local community. You can promote these events in the group without making it about your practice. You can provide downloadable resources, create and share downloadable guides such as brushing charts or tips for first dental visits. And you can collaborate with admins. Work with group admins to share these resources and events in a way that benefits the community. Always ask admins first. But a way you can do this, you can say this. We're hosting a free dental health day next month. It's a fun event where kids can learn about dental care in a relaxed setting. Feel free to bring your family. Message me if you have any questions. Just like that. Some actionable tips. Emphasize the value and benefit to the community and avoid using promotional language. Focus on the educational aspect. And finally, subheading number 5, acknowledge referrals humbly. Number 1, thank the referrers. When someone recommends your practice, thank them publicly in the group. Offer additional help. Provide additional advice or information without directly promoting your services. And 3, engage with the community. Continue to participate in the conversation to show you are approachable and willing to help. An example of this is a member recommends your practice to another member. They're both in the group. Your response can say, thanks so much for the shout out, person's name. If anyone has any questions about their care or dental care or needs, feel free to ask. I'm here to help. Just like that. You're thanking them publicly. Be gracious and sincere in your thanks. Continue to engage with the group to maintain visibility. So you're still engaging with the group throughout this process. It's not a one time and it's done kind of thing, right? So those are the top 2 sections. Section 3 is building relationships and trust. Now we're getting deeper. Building relationships and trust within mom Facebook groups is crucial to establishing yourself as a valuable community member. And this process involves consistent and genuine engagement, offering value and fostering a sense of community. Here's how you can do this effectively. Number 1, offer free resources like we mentioned, right? You want to identify the community needs. So observe and identify the common needs and interests within the group. This should be done when you're doing research at the beginning. It could range from dental health tips to managing dental anxiety. But once you start noticing the pain points, you want to start already creating and developing relevant resources. So create downloadable resources such as brushing charts, dental care checklists, or guides on how to prepare for a first dental visit. And use simple design tools like Canva to create visually appealing and easy to understand materials. So you want to do this in the research process. 3, host educational events. Organize free workshops, organize free webinars or Q&A sessions focused on dental health topics. You can start brainstorming on that already in the research process at the very beginning, like we talked about. And collaborate with local community centers or schools to host these events. And then 4, promote events and resources subtly. Share these resources and events in the group by highlighting the value and benefits they offer without overtly promoting your practice. So in the comments, basically, right? If somebody's asking more questions, you can just say, hey, we're hosting a free kids dental health workshop next Saturday. It's a great way for kids to learn about dental care in a fun and relaxed setting. Everyone's welcome. Just like that. You don't have to say, message me for more details. Nope. Everyone's welcome. They will message you if they have more questions. You're not being too salesy with that. Something I need you to do with this is 1, create a resource library. So while you're doing the research, you're scrolling through the group, you're noticing the pain points, create a resource library. Regularly update and share a library of resources that group members can access anytime. Ask for feedback on your resources and events to improve future offerings. Now, with that being said, subheading number 2 is how to collaborate with group admins, because this is going to happen a lot where you're going to need permission from group admins, or you may even need permission to post. Some groups won't let you post at all until it's approved by a group admin. Here's how you're going to do it. Number 1, build a relationship with admins. Reach out to the group admins privately to introduce yourself and express your interest in contributing valuable content to the group. Show genuine appreciation for the community they've built. Offer to contribute. Propose ideas for content that could benefit the group, such as Q&A sessions, guest posts, or exclusive resources. Here's an example. You can message them. Hey, admin, I'm Michael, a local dentist. I love the supportive community you've built here and would love to contribute by hosting a Q&A session on kids' dental health. Let me know if this will be of interest. And what helps this sell is if you do your research and you notice people are talking about kids' dental anxiety or dental health, and you notice it's a pain point in their own group, you just take screenshots and send it to them and let them know, like, I noticed this has been a pain point. Just want to help. Would this be of interest? That's it. You're showing them the proof and you're there to help. 3, follow group guidelines. So ensure any contributions adhere to the group's rules and guidelines to maintain a positive relationship with the admins and members. 4, provide exclusive content. So offer exclusive content or resources to the group that they won't find elsewhere. This could include early access to events or unique dental health tips tailored to the group's interests. Or you can create charts or infographics or whatever that show the group's name collaborating with your practice. Put that logo on there. That's exclusivity. It builds value in the group, so they see that. Some actionable tips is regular check-ins. Maintain regular communication with the admins to stay aligned with the group's needs and expectations. Show appreciation. Publicly thank the admins for allowing you to contribute, reinforcing your appreciation for the group. You also want to, like we mentioned before, acknowledge referrals humbly. So publicly thank your referrers. If it's a group member or if it's an admin, thank them and say the same thing. Thank you so much for the kind words. If they mention you or their child went to you or anything like that, I'm glad to hear you had a positive experience, and make that into a post. That's it. Offer additional assistance. You can make a post and say, if anyone has any questions about dental care or needs advice, feel free to reach out. I'm here to help. Whenever they're referring people to you or they're mentioning something about you, you can definitely do that. And just engage in the conversation. Continue the conversation by providing additional insights or tips related to the initial query or concern. For example, one tip that can help with dental anxiety is to bring a favorite toy or book to the appointment. It can be a great distraction for kids. You're continuing the conversation, right? Always add more value to the value that you're already bringing, especially if it's a post that you've posted about a while ago and you feel like the post is dying down. Now you can add more value like that. Some actionable tips. Keep it sincere. Ensure your gratitude comes across as genuine and not as a promotional tactic. And 2, be accessible. Make it easy for group members to reach out to you for further assistance by offering your contact information or suggesting they message you directly if that's allowed. And then subheading number 4, which is one of the strongest, is share success stories and testimonials. So gather testimonials. Collect testimonials from satisfied patients, particularly those who are also group members, and ask for their permission to share their positive experiences. An example you can post is, we're so grateful for patients like person's name, right, who trust us with their dental care. Here's what she had to say about her experience, and tag her in the group. Share stories indirectly. Mention success stories in a way that highlights the positive outcome rather than promoting your practice. And an example of this is, I've seen so many kids benefit from using reward charts for brushing. One family I work with found that their kids actually started looking forward to brushing time. You're promoting success stories like that. Here's the chart in the comments below, right? Post the chart. And then encourage organic sharing. Your satisfied patients encourage them, who are also group members, to share their experiences in the group. This leads to natural organic promotion. An example is, if you've had a great experience with our practice, we'd love for you to share it with others. Your stories can help other families find the dental care they need, and you let them know that. Some actionable tips: highlighting outcomes. Focus on the positive outcomes and benefits that patients have experienced, and use visuals. Share photos, with permission, of course, that enhance the storytelling and make the testimonials more engaging. Section 4, crafting your comments. This is super important. Crafting your comments in mom Facebook groups effectively involves striking the right balance between providing helpful information and maintaining a casual, friendly tone. Here's what I mean. Number one, keep it casual and friendly. Use a conversational tone. Write your comments as if you're talking to a friend. Avoid formal or clinical language that might seem impersonal. Use contractions and everyday language to make your comments more relatable. Show empathy. Acknowledge the concerns and experiences of the group members. Showing empathy helps build rapport and trust. For example, you can say, I totally understand where you're coming from. Getting kids to brush their teeth can be a real challenge. Showing empathy. 3, be genuine and authentic. Share your own experience and be honest in your responses. Authenticity goes a long way in building trust. For example, you can say this, as a parent, I've been through the same struggle with my kids' brushing habits. What worked for us was, and then you continue. An example comment can say, hey there, I'm a dentist and I know how tricky it can be to find the right one for your family. It's important to find a place that's super kid-friendly. Have you tried asking around at local play groups? Sometimes word of mouth is the best. You've established who you are, but you're not being promotional. Some actionable tips. Avoid medical jargon, right? Just use simple language. And 2 is add personal touches. Include personal anecdotes or experiences to make your comments more relatable. Subheading number 2 is be subtle and indirect. Mention your profession casually within your comments without making it the focus. Like we mentioned before, as a dentist, I always tell parents to just do that and that's it. Focus on providing value. Offer advice and tips that are genuinely helpful, focusing on solving the problem rather than promoting your services. Example, one thing that can help with teething pain is using a cold washcloth. It's a simple and effective solution. Boom, that's it. That's all you got to say. And avoid direct self-promotion. Do not mention your practice or services unless someone specifically asks for a recommendation. What you can do is, it's important to start dental visits early. Look for a dentist who is great with kids and has a friendly staff. An example comment you can say is, as a dentist, I always recommend fluoride toothpaste for kids because it helps prevent cavities. And don't forget to make brushing fun. Turn it into a game or use a timer. Some actionable tips: mention your profession casually, integrate it naturally into the conversation, and prioritize helping. Always focus on providing solutions and advice over promoting your practice. And then subheading number 3 is you want to provide actionable advice. Give specific practical tips. Offer detailed advice that group members can easily implement. For example, try using a sticker chart to track brushing. Kids love earning stickers for brushing twice a day. Practical advice and it's specific. You can break down the advice. Make it easy to follow by breaking it down to simple steps. Here's an example comment. 1, get a colorful sticker chart. 2, let your child pick out their favorite stickers. 3, reward them with a sticker each time they brush. And then you can finally explain the benefits. An example of that is using a timer makes brushing fun and ensures they brush for the recommended 2 minutes. Here's an example comment on how you can reply to this, right? If your child hates brushing, try this. 1, use a fun, kid-friendly toothbrush. Play their favorite song while they brush. And 3, use a reward chart to track their progress. These steps can make brushing something they look forward to. So actionable tips for you when crafting these comments is provide step-by-step instructions when being helpful. The more detailed, the better. And then highlight the benefits. And then finally, you want to encourage interaction and engagement when you're making these comments. Always ask open-ended questions. For example, what tricks have you tried to get your kids to brush their teeth? I'd love to hear your ideas. That's it. Along with the comment I mentioned before, ask that. Then respond to replies. Always say, hey, that's a great idea, person's name. I never thought of using a timer app. Which one do you use? And then create dialogue. You can say that by, that's an interesting approach, person's name. We found that letting kids choose their own toothbrush also helps. Have you tried that? So foster a sense of community by creating a dialogue rather than just giving advice. This makes the interaction more meaningful. An example is, has anyone else tried using a timer to make brushing more fun? I found that playing a 2-minute song works wonders with my kids. What worked for you? Boom, that's a perfect comment. That's actually a perfect post. It invites responses. So you're asking questions that invite others to share their experiences. And then second, you're acknowledging contributions. You want to respond to the comments on your post to keep the conversation going when you ask that type of post or when you ask that type of question in that post. So that's how we want to craft comments. And section 5 is leveraging testimonials and success stories. And we kind of discussed that, right? You want to identify your happy patients. ask them for testimonials, and then collect and format those testimonials in these groups, especially if these patients of yours are in these mom Facebook groups. And you can just say, hey, we had an amazing experience with this person. We love them, right? And then post it. But at the same time, you want to encourage them to post it as well. You want to share success stories indirectly from them, encourage testimonials from satisfied patients, and you want to use visuals and multimedia, right? Put your branding on them whenever you're going to post it in these Facebook groups and continue that way. Now, finally, I want to mention some tools and resources you can do when engaging in these Facebook groups. You can use social media management tools like Hootsuite, Buffer, or Later, right? And these will help you with posting, not the commenting, the posting. You can schedule posts, you can plan posts, you can also monitor group activity with some of these tools, meaning somebody's talking about you, right? They're monitoring a group activity. But finally, one of the things is engage regularly. When you regularly engage with group posts by liking, commenting, and sharing with relevant content, it helps a ton. But just use one of these tools to track your interactions and follow up on ongoing conversations. For example, you can set up the tool called Hootsuite to schedule and monitor your posts, create a content calendar to ensure a steady flow of valuable content, such as tips on dental health or upcoming free events, and engaging questions for group members. So we got a lot of this down, but here's some actionable tips when it comes to creating content for the groups. Batch your content creation. So create multiple posts in one sitting and schedule them to maintain a consistent presence. And 2 is use analytics. Analyze engagement metrics to understand what type of posts resonate most with the group. And 2, create engaging content. Identify content needs. I'm telling you, preparation is key here. When you're doing your research, you're going to find out a ton. Determine what type of content will be most valuable to the group. That could be tips, infographics, videos, downloadable resources, right? Maybe you did a post and people are just looking at the post. Nobody likes the post, right? But they're looking at it. See how much was the impressions, right? Oh my God, it's 1 million impressions, but no likes. That means people are just looking at it. So the infographic may be helpful. That means you need to provide as much detail on that infographic. Or the downloadable. Tons of people downloaded it. Nobody cared about the graphic. They just wanted the downloadable. Create more downloadables, right? Do the research beforehand. Design visual content. An example is create an infographic titled Top 5 Tips for Your Child's First Dental Visits. Produce short videos. An example of that is create a video explaining how to brush a toddler's teeth effectively. They should be short and engaging videos that offer valuable advice. And develop downloadable resources, right? You want to create checklists, guides, printable resources, things like that. An example could be develop a brushing chart that parents can print and use to track their children's brushing habits. And then share content strategically. So post your infographics and videos in the morning when parents are likely browsing Facebook. Here's where we start getting a little bit more technical on posting, right? Okay, when will moms be most available? When will they not be most available? Here's an example of how to do all this. Let's just say we're using Canva, right? Canva, Canva. You can design a ton on that website, by the way. You use Canva to design a brushing chart and share it in the group with a caption like, struggling to get your kids to brush regularly? This fun chart can help. Feel free to download and print it. That's it. And then you share. You want to keep the content simple and encourage sharing. Now, you want to find reputable sources when creating this high quality content, right? Identify reputable sources of dental health information like the ADA, right? Mayo Clinic, all these other trusted dental blogs, right? And bookmark these resources for easy access when you need to share reliable information. Because if you're always sharing your thoughts, your information, everything from your website, it may come off a little bit like, okay, you're totally self-promoting. So it helps when you're finding other resources, finding other solutions to their pain points, answers to their questions, add personal commentary. This article from the ADA explains why fluoride toothpaste is important for kids. We always recommend it to our patients for cavity prevention. Boom, put it there, right? And so forth. So you can share an article in dental care for toddlers from the Mayo Clinic, adding great read on how to care for your toddler's teeth. We always tell parents to start brushing as soon as the first tooth appears. Boom. And then send that, right? That's basically it when it comes to engaging. From this point on, you can continue to utilize feedback tools, right? Like SurveyMonkey if you want, just asking them, hey, we'd love to hear your feedback. Create a Google form survey asking what dental topics are you most interested in. Share the survey in the group with a message like, we want to make sure we're sharing content that's helpful to you. please take a moment to let us know what topics you're interested in. You can do this if the admin allows it, right? And if you are already becoming a trusted expert in that group and they love you, you can start tailoring your stuff to it now. And you're going to be more and more of a trusted expert. Obviously, your new patients are going to be coming in, right? And so much more. And one other thing is I want you to view some of these mom Facebook groups as an event, meaning if you didn't pay for the event, right? You didn't pay for a booth or anything like that, then you're not going to set up a random booth there, but you're going to go there, mingle, talk with other people, network, maybe go out to dinner after, right? Network with them and there and all these things. That's how the Facebook group is in this situation. Unless you paid, then yeah, you can start promoting and everything like that. But if you did not, once you get in there, right? Oh, who are the organizers? Oh, hey, thank you so much for allowing me to come in for free. Oh yeah, definitely. You start mingling with other people. When you're at an event, you're not just solely always talking about, I'm the best dentist. I'm the best practice in the community. Come to me. No, you're at an event. You're talking about all kinds of things. So that's how you want to view it. But first and foremost, do the research first. Take that week, create that Google sheet and do the research first. So there's a free PDF that we've created titled 100 Game-Changing Scripts to Dominate Moms Facebook Groups. And in this PDF, it answers tons and tons of questions. It gives you responses. For example, sharing success stories, right? We'd had a lot of success with using a reward chart for brushing. It turned into a fun challenge for our kids. Boom, you can just send that in, right? Or a patient of ours overcame dental anxiety by bringing their favorite stuffed animal to each visit. It made a big difference. Boom. You can copy and paste and just post that response. Or what you can do is tailor it, but it gives you an idea. For example, responding to concerns. I understand your concern about fluoride. It's always a good idea to discuss with your dentist to find the best approach for your child. Boom, send it. Hey, another one. Dental visits can be intimidating for kids. Many offices have a show and tell approach to help kids get comfortable. Is that happening to you? Boom, send it, right? There's another topic, discussing first dental visits. The first dental visit is usually just a get to know you session to help your child get comfortable with dentists. Boom, you can send that, right? Bringing your child to your own dental appointments can help them see that it's not scary. Boom, send it. Tons and tons of topics in this PDF. Download it. It encourages engagement, but it's 100 responses or scripts that you can use to engage with members of mom's Facebook groups effectively without coming off as self-promotional. So all you have to do is just copy, paste it, and it's there. And they're all topic related. It's more than 100 responses, but it's 100 topics that we've seen a ton in mom Facebook groups and that a lot of our members from the ground marketing course also have told us about, and we've helped them create and craft these responses. So as you're endeavoring and diving deep into these mom Facebook groups, have this next to you, this PDF, the 100 game-changing scripts to dominate mom Facebook groups. I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes below. I'm going to put the cover of it in the show notes below as well. And it's going to say download your free PDF, and you can go ahead and download it and let me know your thoughts. And I'm excited for you to start diving into this. I know this has been a question asked about a lot, so I'm here creating the solution for you. So go ahead and take advantage. And at the same time, this is also going to be in the ground marketing course with a little bit more detail and a lot more of the game-changing scripts to dominate mom's Facebook groups. So if you're interested, you can always join the ground marketing Facebook group. I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes below as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.